Now you've mentioned the process is very important, but I want to maybe double click on that topic again. Every project has relevance on an operational, a tactical, and a strategic level. And the strategy is important, the vision and where we're going and what are the key elements of what needs to be changed. Who decides that? Is that something that the team decides, or is that something that's guided by the project team?
So there is input. So what PMI does in parallel to selecting the teams working on either the review or the development team is that they commission studies, academic studies, but as well kind of market research with thousands of project managers. What is the state of the art of project management at a given point of time? What is as well the feedback to the previous version? Mm-hmm. And they mix it up as well, what PMI sees as being relevant at this point of time. Giving example, the topic value or system of value delivery as a project management topic is a big one. We've seen in the last 2 years PMI pushing heavily into the direction of what is project success, what is value, the more concept, what have you, all these elements. They are basically as well reflected in the PM book in some form or fashion. They give us another guidance, for example, don't go too heavy on the artificial intelligence yet. We need to touch
those
on this.
Those are good guideline principles, yeah.
But essentially, there is this wealth of information that comes in and is brought to the team.
So just to put it into different words, does that mean that PMI in those last 4 years has gathered feedback from different people and cataloged it and structured it and then made executive decisions, and it gives you a certain leeway on how to interpret, but it gives you basic parameters, as it should be.
Correct. What we've learned is that out of all the different PMBOKs ever published, the PMBOK 8 had the most extensive research and data fed into the process. So initially we received lots of input from the data gathered from the community, which included really a global gathering of data, not just from a certain region. And of course it gives you some guidance also on, for instance, the quite, say, dramatic move to reintegrate processes to a principles-based standard, as an example. So those guardrails are given to you, still they are validated by the team. So even on that we had a certain health check, so to say, to validate that this is the direction that also resonates with our experience. And that's what it did, of course.
Let's maybe make this practical. One of the input we've received was the feedback to the 7th edition by almost 80% of the people was like, where are the processes?
Where the hell's the rest?
what the... bring it back, bring it back. So they said, we need to bring this back, but we can't go 6th edition again. I was involved in the 6th edition, so these are 750 pages. And I said, if we keep growing, as you see here, the 7th edition will be 1,000 pages or something like this, probably. So
I want to get back to that statement.
The pendulum swung back, and then we can talk later how that happened, because I was involved in that one. But they said probably the pendulum swung back too much to the other side. Let's bring this to the middle. We want to bring back the process and the process groups, though with a different name. But let's not go again over back to like 700.
You didn't want to go completely 400,
back. 400, 500 pages, something along that line we can talk about, but we can't go back to that one here. But what we needed as was the feedback from the 6th edition, and that drove the 7th edition, was as well, this is too much.
Well, I think you're never going to make all happy.